Welcome back. My name is Glenda, and I am so excited to be here. It's summer, and the summer slump is in full effect. I have been having so many conversations with travel advisors in the last couple of weeks, all about, oh, I'm going on holidays. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'll work on my business in the fall. I'll do that in the fall. I'll do that when I get back. Oh, I'm too busy to work my business for the next couple of weeks or couple of months. And here's the problem with that. Those exact same advisors are going to be the ones that when we get into September, October, November, December, that are going, what the HE double hockey sticks happened to my business? It was flying along and I only took a couple of months off. And now it's taking forever to get it going. Oh, it must be the economy. It must be politics. It must be this. It must be that. And in all honesty, it's probably the fact you took a couple of months off. See, running a business is very different than being an employee of a business. When you're the employee of the business, while yes, it is the belief of every employee that the place will fall apart without you, and in many cases, it's going to come mighty, mighty close. But what ends up happening, particularly in a small business, is that the owner ends up having to step in or another employee steps in. But when you are the business, when you are the owner, when you are the boss, when you are the, what do they call it? The cook, the chief bottle washer, everything else, it means that when you take a couple of months off, your business just crashes and burns. When we're doing marketing, particularly in summer, it's not about the sales you're going to get in summer, but rather about the sales you're going to get 3, 6, or even 9 months from now. Yes, that means what you are doing now in July has the potential to affect you in December or even as late as March or April of next year. And so that's why I think the travel industry can be so frustrating, because I don't know what other word to use for it, but definitely what makes it unique. Again, we've had this conversation so many times before. You're not selling a $10 lipstick. You are not selling a $20 lipstick or a thing of deodorant, something that they need to buy on the regular. Instead, you are selling products that they only buy once or twice a year or every 2 years or 3 years. These are significant purchases that somebody's making. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to drop $20,000 with somebody who just vanishes for months at a time, who takes however many months and doesn't appear. Or worse yet, that I go to their social media and they haven't posted since 2023 or 2022. If that's the case, are they even still in business? There's so many conflicting messages out in the industry right now. If you've been around any length of time, you've definitely seen that swell of the MLMs coming in. It's changed the conversations that are taking place. It has completely shifted from what it was, say, 6, 7, 8 years ago. You know, we used to talk about the laptop lifestyle. That was kind of the first lead into it. But now the push in the industry for no experience required, no anything required, low fees, you can make money while you sleep. You can do all of these different sorts of things. And I do think that the push of the MLM market, where you can just simply make money for signing other people up, is absolutely causing our industry a bit of a crisis. We're also coming up against a crisis because of AI. And so when a consumer is seeing marketing that's out there, and trust me, those are the ones showing up, putting out, showing off. And that's what consumers are seeing in the industry. There is no experience necessary. You don't need to know what you're doing. And yes, I know that's not necessarily the words that you're using in your marketing, but what I'm telling you is what it is that the consumers are hearing. Perception and reality are quite often not the same thing. The reality of what they're saying could very possibly be very different from the perception. Now, that being said, I also have seen actual comments, actual posts from some that don't know what they're talking about, and they're really and truly creating issues. I have seen posts where you can make 80% of, or you can get back 80% commission on your cruise. Now, they're not saying you're going to get 80% of the commission. They're saying you'll get 80% commission. That is when a consumer sees it going, I'm sorry, what? Like, why am I paying a travel agent? Why can't I just book this? So now we have all of this additional messaging out there. We're seeing another big push, especially from that part of the industry, where it doesn't cost anymore. You can actually save money. You can do this, that, the other, which is giving another round of pushback on planning fees. So how do you overcome that? How do you keep your business going in such a noisy space? One, you counteract it with facts. You counteract it with actual real data, real information, and above all, real professionalism. You want to make sure that your clients, your potential clients, understand what it really means to do business with a professional travel advisor, so that they understand what the difference is between being a professional travel advisor and somebody who signs other people up to join their membership. It is two very different things. So if you want to be attracting new clients, you have to make sure that you're getting in front of them. And I get it. Summer is really, really hard to be able to do that. I know for myself, just in this last week or so, we just got back from a week in the mountains. And yes, I did work the whole time we were gone. But even with that, it gets really easy where it's like, okay, well, I'll do that. I'll do that on Monday. Oh, wait, you mean tomorrow's Monday? Or worse yet, wait, yesterday was Monday? See, here this week in Canada, yesterday was Canada Day. Friday is going to be 4th of July. I am in the travel industry. That means for half of this week, somebody's not in an office. All the Canadian offices were closed yesterday. All the American offices will be closed on Friday. So it leads to this place of being almost sort of like that week between Christmas and New Year's, where you have absolutely no idea what day of the week it is. Hence the fact we're recording this at 4:57 p.m. on Wednesday when it should have gone out. So when you miss a day, it can lead into missing a week, which can quickly lead into missing a month. And the more that you do that in your business, the harder it is to get the train moved back around the other direction. It's that whole idea of momentum, because when you take one action, it already gives you the momentum to take the next action, which takes the momentum for the next one. But yet the same is true going in reverse. When you don't do something for one day and then you don't do it the next day, you've started to build in that momentum to not take action. So how do you switch it around? Well, first and foremost is to recognize it. The second thing, get it on the calendar. Make the calendar a non-negotiable. Just like you're going to make your hair appointment in there, your doctor's appointment, your kids' appointments, or this appointment, or whatever it is. I want you to build time into your calendar that is non-negotiables for your business. Just as if you were going to a regular 9 to 5, you would have hours that even in summer, you're still committed to going to. And maybe that means if you've got kids at home, finding a day camp, even a couple of days a week, every couple of weeks, something of that nature. But you've got to figure out a way to be able to offset that mishap in the routines. How do you get back to the routines? I get it. Right now, we are in the midst of a heat wave. The whole idea of getting like amped up, let's go do some work, when all you're thinking is, oh my goodness, it is so hot out there. Mind you, I was just at the hair salon and we were talking about the winter squalls we had, snow squalls. We had 3 in 2 weeks where people got trapped wherever they were. And I was just kind of laughing that when you're in the midst of a heat wave, those seem like an entire lifetime ago. And yet they were 6 months ago, maybe less. We have to make sure that we stay on top of our routine. We have to develop a routine. For myself, I love working in my sunroom. As you can imagine, in a heat wave, a sunroom is not necessarily conducive to working there. So what did I do? I set my alarm so that I can get up earlier. What that meant is, aside from the fact I forgot to record the podcast earlier, is that I was done work. by 11 o'clock this morning because I had already put in a whole day's worth of work before it got too hot. It was pretty hot by the time I left. It was like 44 degrees in my sunroom, which I'm sure is over 100 or right around 100 degrees for the Americans that are listening. But I want to just remind you that summer goes fast and that you can slip out of routine so incredibly fast. So, what are we going to do? Well, the first and foremost is to remember that every client of yours is somebody else's prospect. So if you just think about that for a moment, every client you're looking to work with, every potential client you're looking to work with is also somebody else's potential client. So you do have the option. Everything in business, that's the beauty of being in business. You have the option to either work with the clients or not. The problem to that is that if you're not going to work your business, somebody else is, and somebody else is controlling the narrative that's out there. Somebody else is putting that information into the minds of your potential clients. Somebody else is telling them what they want them to hear. You want to make sure that you are in full control of the messaging that you want them to hear. Now, one of the things to make life easier, simplify your marketing. In fact, this morning, that is what I did. I created a post for every day for the rest of July. Now, when they start coming out, you're going to see they're really simple. They're 3 to 6 words on a solid colored background card. And yes, I get it. Reels are definitely where it's at and everything else right now. But every single morning, I have something that's going to come out. And it is going to be a tip, a trick, a suggestion, a thought provoker, something that's going to apply to travel advisors in their business. I've written a caption to go with it. Both of those have great value. Now, here's the trick to it. I know Reels is where it's at. So what am I going to do? Every day when that comes out, I am going to take that same information, or most days, some days I'll put in different content, but most days, if I don't have something else to say, I'm just going to take that same content. I'm going to record a quick face to camera reel. I am talking less than 3 minutes and I'm going to post it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but instead it's about the quality of the content that's going to be coming out. And trust me, we have some phenomenal sales tips that are going to be coming out this July. Keep your marketing simple. It does not have to be over the top. This morning, when I realized that I'm not doing anything fancy, I am literally doing a solid colored card with the exact same font. It's a brand font. It's brand colored cards. And that is what's going to come out for the whole rest of the month. It took me 2.5 hours to do 30 days of posts. I did a couple of videos for Sundays just to make things not necessarily business related, because I think we all need to take a rest on a Sunday. But you're going to see that come out. And it's not about working harder. It's about working simpler. And so now I don't have to think about what I want to post. Doesn't mean I am held to posting just a reel on that, but it already gives me something that I can talk about and not have to think about. It's just simply done. What can you commit to doing each day? What can you do for your business that you can commit to? Come hell or high water, it's something you can do. Maybe it's sending an email or picking up the phone and calling somebody or popping a text or a DM to somebody. It might simply be that simple. Just sending one DM, one text, one email, whatever it is, to a past client, to somebody you would love to work with, whatever it is, somebody to build a deeper connection. We are definitely headed into an AI era. Some people will say we're deep into it. But what I'm going to say is it's going to continue to grow deeper. I would say in a couple of years, when we look back, we're still going to be in the process of delving into it. If you want to be a travel professional, we need to understand that we're in a human business. So we need a human to human contact. So what can you do to create that human to human contact for your clients? You'll probably notice that for the summer, the episodes are going to be a little bit shorter. And that's partly so that I can get out of here and go enjoy the summer, but yet I'm still showing up, giving you content and giving you something that's going to help you grow your business. But ultimately, here on my notes, and this is my favorite, how are you going to have fun? How are you going to have fun in your travel business this summer? You get to plan epic vacations for people. You get to send people to some of the most spectacular destinations around the world. You get to set them up with the coolest experiences they could ever imagine. So, what are you going to do for you this summer? What are you going to do that's fun? What are you going to do that scares the crap out of you this summer? When we were in the mountains last week, we rode the gondola, which I know doesn't seem like a big deal and this, that, the other. But the one that we rode in, you actually stand in it as you go up the mountain. That I was not anticipating. And then I screwed up and I pointed the wrong direction. And in case you didn't know, I am terrified of heights. I can do okay in planes. Airplanes don't bother me. I've been flying for years, fly multiple times a year. We're good with that. An open air gondola that rocks every time it goes over one of the rails where the bearings are and others, like it just, no, that was, yeah, I was very happy to walk it back down the mountain rather than take the ride back down. But the thing is I did something that scared me. But you also have to do something that's fun. And what are you going to do that's fun? For me, this has been kind of the recurring theme over the last couple of weeks, is making my business fun again, which is where Can't Be Seen came from, the Can't BS. And that's part of it, is how do we have fun again? Because when your business is heavy, when your business is boring, when your business is just work, when your business is just a job, what's the frickin' point? You could go work for somebody else. You could have a guaranteed paycheck on set dates. You could know that this is coming in. You could clock out at the end of the day and not worry about clients calling you. There's so many benefits to having a job. So instead, let's lean into what it means to own your own business, to be a professional travel advisor. How are you going to have fun? How are you going to enjoy the process? How are you going to add in things that make what you do feel light again? Make it feel fun. Like, why are we not having fun in our business? And so really and truly, like I said, that's where Camp BS came from. That is where the idea of turning this 30-day visibility challenge, where we're going to help you to show up every day for 30 days within your business in 10 minutes or less. That's where it came from. And a 30-day visibility challenge, that's cool. Going to Camp BS, where you're going to be seen, be heard, be chosen, that just seems like a whole lot more fun. So if you want to come hang out with us at the campfire, of course, it's virtual. Not everybody's going to fit in my backyard. But if you want to come hang out with us, go to artistsellingtravel.com/campbs, as in be seen. And we're going to help get you going, because we have some phenomenal, like I am pumped. I'm beyond pumped for this, this summer of what's going to come. So if you're in a summer slump, you've got three options. One, you can just stay there. And when you get to December and you don't have the sales, you can ask, I don't know what went wrong, but I'm probably just going to send you back to this episode. Two, you can pull yourself out of the slump. You can start taking action every single day and make sure you're showing up in your business. Or three, you can come have fun, hang out with us at the bunkhouse in the camp, and really and truly put some fun back into your business. Get a daily spark of inspiration as to what to post, what to talk about, and of course, how to show up for your clients. And then, of course, each and every night, or most each and every night, we're going to sit around the campfire. It may not always be a campfire, but we're going to sit around the campfire and we are going to talk about what beliefs need to be shifted. That might be another little BS there, belief shifting, to help you to grow your business, to get your business running like a well-oiled machine, so that it's not this heavy thing that every time you hear about Schmosco or you hear about an MLM or you hear about somebody doing this or somebody doing that or getting a client that just wants to nitpick, you're already having so friggin' much fun in your business that that stuff doesn't even phase you. If you don't love what you're doing, then why are you doing it? And if you're not having fun, I personally think it's really hard to enjoy what you're doing. So once again, I invite you, come join me, artofsellingtravel.com/can't BS. I'm going to link it up in the show notes. Definitely come check it out. And also too, if you're not already a member of our free Facebook community, come head over there. We're going to be doing a live training on July 8th. That one is all about AI in the travel industry and what you need to know about AI, and also friend or foe. Is it something that we want to be leaning into? Is it something we should be leaning into? Is it something we can leverage and use? Or is it something that we need to have caution around? So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead, wish you a very happy week. Happy 4th of July to the Americans. Happy Canada Day to our Canadians. And happy travel industry to everybody, everywhere. And until next time, happy selling.